Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. I'm going to intro this week because I don't know what he's doing on his phone over there.
I'm not even on my phone.
What?
I'm not even on my phone.
You were on your phone prior to me cutting and starting.
No.
Anyway, getting back to the
I
point.
told you to clap.
If I may continue the intro. So we're here. We're back.
Uh-huh.
Per usual. We didn't go away because we don't do that. We don't go on hiatus.
I'm on hiatus.
You're on You're on a
I'm
sabbatical.
taking sabbatical.
You're not on a sabbatical. Let's cue the intro. Hi guys, welcome to Two Line Brothers. I'm Adrian,
And I'm Victor.
and we're back at it again with another not vlog because that's how my brother intros. I don't actually know the intro by heart, even though I hear it every single week.
Yep.
How was your week, bro?
My week has been fine.
Your week
been,
was fine.
I mean, we did a few things.
A
During the
few
week.
things. We've been like going crazy
Oh, yeah.
with like, okay,
Yeah.
so for those who don't know, we have a vlog. Check that out. It's on YouTube. Links in the description. But we have quite literally just we've been going to so many like we have like 3 vlogs already recorded.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, like last week we had 3 vlogs already recorded.
Yes, we
So
recorded in multiple different locations. We were going places.
Yeah.
I mean, for this week's vlog, I was the one like leading it vocally.
Oh, yeah,
and, like,
yeah,
I was
because-
just following you.
Because I was just
around.
like filming camera and stuff
Yeah.
like, but I think it's funny that we have so much recorded already. Also like I mean, sure they're not as long and there's a lot of B-roll, but we're having fun with it. Also like we're trying new things and experimenting with stuff. But I mean also if you haven't seen this week's vlog, the way it ends is just I think is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Because suddenly it just cuts to like B-roll at a beach
Yeah.
and then we wrap up.
Yep.
It's one of those things where we're just going around to so many different places. It's hard to keep track of what we're doing and what we're not doing. Also the fact that because we're going to so many places, we have so much content to vlog. And it's also nice to just show people around like stuff that they may have not seen. I mean, it's also kind of hard because in some places you can't record.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, for some places you need like you need a permit,
right.
You need a permit to be allowed to even like bring a camera onto the property.
Right, yeah. So that's like that's also like the water we've been treading,
Yeah.
trying to avoid getting
Especially in the museums.
Oh yeah, like trying to not
every time I see a security card, am I allowed to like film in this room?
every like and also depends like when we were at the art museum, every single installation we had to ask, and there was only one where he told us you can't record this.
Yeah.
But other than that, like they're like, yeah, man. This one guy was like, one guard was this older guy. He's like, yeah, man, record it, film it, throw it on YouTube if you want. And I was like, alright, okay.
Like, that's exactly what I'm doing.
But I was like, it's probably because he saw like all the gear,
Yeah.
like the way it looked, and he was like, these guys are vlogging. There's no way.
There's no way this guy.
It was like, there's
doing
no way. Also, we have to upload that picture.
Oh yeah.
So we were at another beach. This is gonna be next week's vlog.
Yep.
We were at another beach, and we ran into this guy. We didn't film it because we were taking pictures, but I think that was an interesting encounter. Like I haven't had one of those encounters yet, where you run into somebody and you're just like casually vlogging, and then they see you and they go, "Hey, what's up?" And we started talking, and then he had this cute little dog, so we took a picture of his dog, and we were like, he's like, "Yo, follow me on Insta." And I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Oh yeah, we're like aspiring content creators."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, let me follow you." And then I'm like, I look at my brother, I'm like, "Yo, which Instagram do I give him?"
And I just looked at you. I'm like, isn't it kind of obvious?
And then
like
then
you
he
just
goes,
told them we're.
and then I'm like, "Nah, man, we'll post the photo." And then I'm like, "We'll tag you in it." And he's like, "I never
Yeah.
posted the photo because
yeah,
we've been
we
so
still have
busy."
to post that photo.
But we've been so busy. Like, you don't understand. We have so many photos of like so much stuff that we've done the last couple of weeks, and we haven't had time to upload because we're just so like it's go. And what's crazy to me is that simultaneously you're getting ready to go back to school.
Yep.
And I'm job hunting simultaneously all at the same time.
Yep.
Like
I mean, what I've been doing recently is like scheduling myself out.
Oh yeah.
Because I have multiple things now I need to like juggle, right?
Take into
so I have
account.
to do. Obviously, I have to do school.
Yeah.
And the estimated amount of time per class is like 2 hours outside of class.
Right.
Right. So I got to time schedule myself for that. I don't see myself doing as much work as I was doing in pre-med.
Yeah, obviously.
But I'm scheduling myself
Wait,
out.
wait. Have we told the people that you did a career change?
I don't know if we have. Anyways, I'm doing a career change. I'm doing radio and podcasting, which kind of falls into what I'm doing.
What
right
we're
now.
doing in our daytime.
Yeah, but
it's not really daytime.
If you notice my voice change, my performance change, it's because I'm trying to be more professional all of a sudden, and I'm taking this podcast time as practice.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think we've both kind of figured out how to do this, just like through like. Cause
yeah, but the thing is, we do it, and we do it so laid back that we use the words like And,
no, for sure.
Depending on what I end up doing once I'm done my career, I can't be relying on those words.
No, of course not. But what I'm trying to say is that we have like our voices. We have a podcast voice mode.
Oh yeah.
People don't, and I've noticed that
if you guys notice,
I've started noticing carrying it over.
Yeah.
To the vlog, like our vlogging voice is slowly turning into our podcast voice.
Yeah.
When we talk, it's really interesting. I don't know why that's happening.
I mean, if you go back and you listen to a few of the things we do, especially when I'm being like comedic,
yeah,
you'll notice my voice elevate. So I'll be like, guys, so this is what's happening.
Turns into
but
Morty.
Whenever we're talking about something like this, my voice dims down back again.
For sure.
Into like this radio kind of voice. I don't know how to describe that besides.
You don't know how to describe your radio voice.
Yeah, that's just my.
I mean, for those listening, it's just we pronounce and enunciate better, as opposed to when we're not doing that. If that makes any, I don't even know anymore.
I mean, I just, especially with this podcast, I just try not to use this voice as much because it's a real podcast, right? It's
Obviously.
about our lives, what we do in our day-to-day lives, the
Trying
news
to
that
be
interests
organic,
us, right? That's the stuff.
Well, I think with all things, you learn to. Sorry, my mic is slowly sinking down, and I'm trying to fix it. It's one of those things where you learn to, I guess, navigate the main theme, right? Because like the overarching theme is our life, and we're pretty laid back people as individuals, but at the same time, sometimes our lives do get kind of hectic.
Oh yeah.
Like the last month or so, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
Has been like nonstop, just full like metal to the pedal sort of mentality, and it's been go 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 go, and it's been very reflective, both in our lives and the people around us too, because people are like. For example, we ran into a friend of yours.
No, yeah.
The other day at the beach.
When we took the photo of the dog.
Yeah, right. And we were like telling her what we're doing, and she's like, "Oh, that's great. Wait, what?" And then like, "Yeah, we're on YouTube. Wait, what?" And we're doing that. What? And
well, no, she wasn't as surprised because she knew we were already doing this.
Of course. So yeah, because you've had a podcast since high school.
Yeah, she just didn't know we were still going.
Obviously, a lot of people are shocked by that.
Oh yeah, a lot of people are. They look at us and they're absolutely confused.
Yeah, like
as to the fact that we're still going, because a lot of people start a little hobby or they start their small YouTube channel.
Yeah,
and they just stop.
Yeah, because it's too much. But I think in our case, it's more like we've been going for like 3 years.
Yes.
This is year 3.
Yes.
Of the podcast.
Well,
year 4. Year 4.
Year 4.
It's technically year 3.
Yeah, technically year 3, but
it's season 4 of the podcast.
Well, no. Didn't we start?
We started in 2019.
We started 2019. Yeah.
So next year will be the 4th year of the podcast. So it'll be season 5, because it doesn't count as a year until you've done it for a year, right?
Yeah.
It's like the very first year counts as one, right? That's why it feels off. But I think it's very interesting, and
I like to do it in South Korea.
Yeah, we're not doing that. But I think we'll eventually, like next year's year 5.
Yeah.
5 years of doing this every single week. I just choked up saying that.
Yeah, you couldn't believe it. You shocked yourself.
No, I had to yawn and I tried to suppress it and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Lazy, you didn't hear that because I cut it out.
Anyways.
No, but there are definitely situations like what we were talking about, how like through the podcast, you've developed you've actually turned into adult on the podcast.
Oh yeah, I went from teenager to adult.
Right. So it's like super interesting. And also people don't understand that like behind the scenes,
Yeah.
there are some topics we talk about.
Yeah.
And then when we stop recording, we'll like actually talk about it because there are some things like obviously for personal reasons and like we don't give names, we don't give like certain we leave a lot of details
We
out.
just say, so there was a friend of ours.
Yeah.
Or there was somebody that used to be in our
Because
lives.
it's happened before where there was an episode of the podcast where I think one of my friends was on and they named somebody, like they name dropped the person who had done it. And then they went, I can't remember. They went on like this whole spiel about them.
Yeah.
Uploaded the podcast.
Yeah.
Like 2 days later, I get a text. Hey, I just want to know why you didn't like edit out my name.
Because it didn't feel like it.
I was like, no, and I was like, I didn't think it was anything wrong. They're like, no, like everybody. I'm like, they're like, everybody knows that's me. And I'm like, okay, well, sorry. And they're like, no, you should have just like gave me a warning or something. Like at least told me.
I mean,
and that's fair, right? Like some people don't want to be like plastered all over the internet. I get that, but
due to relationship is how you determine which person it is, right?
Right.
Because if you're, let's say you're like the only, I don't know what's a good name. Let's say Alice, for whatever reason. I don't actually know an Alice.
Neither do I.
Actually, maybe I do.
I don't know an
Anyways,
Alice.
Let's say it's just like somebody named Alice that I know, right? And everybody knows I know this one specific Alice. And then I just drop the name Alice.
Yeah.
And I know everyone in my friend group's going to go check out that episode because I told them to. Right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, everyone's like talking about Alice because of what I said on the podcast. And I never even gave a last name just due to the fact that the correlation both of us have.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
And that's basically what happened.
Oh yeah. That's exactly what happened. So, and it's very hard to navigate, mind you. Also, like, there like I've noticed that there are some friends I'll talk with.
Yeah.
And they're like, I need to tell you something. Okay, I'm like, and it's off the record. I'm like, why are you like? They're like, because I don't want it to come up on the podcast. I'm like, okay, but like I wasn't gonna tell anybody anyway. Like,
all right, so let me tell you this one.
Well, no, it's because like I'm one of those people, and like especially like among some of my friends.
Yes.
I'm the person people confide in to tell like their deepest, darkest secrets.
Oh yeah.
So like
we're that a therapy friend that doesn't want to be a therapy friend but kind of ended up being the therapy friend. So you're just kind of some guy who you like people go to tell their secrets to, but not really vent about anything, and you don't really give them advice on how to act upon something. I mean, but you're just kind of there for them, being a friend.
Right.
That's basically what I am, which is why I described it like.
No, right. Like so but what I'm trying to get at is like they'll be like off there like, okay, I'm like I'm not gonna tell anybody anyway. Like even whatever happens, if I'm really dry for content,
yeah,
like maybe I'll pull something from like something somebody said from like I don't know when I was like in grade 8. It's been long enough. It's been over a decade now. So whatever it was is totally irrelevant
to your life today,
to what's going on now, right? Yeah. So even if I say what it is, right, nobody's gonna remember in the timeline.
Like, you know what this crazy thing is?
Yeah,
people care so much for like school drama.
Oh yeah,
that if I just went all of a sudden, created an entirely new podcast with me talking about all the high school drama. All the trauma.
It caused a lot of trauma, man. All the drama caused a lot of trauma.
All the drama caused, and just made a whole podcast starting from day one.
Yeah,
I entered at the school.
Right.
And like already noticing the groups that I could see were gonna like cause problems. The groups that honestly I could basically tell you a written story.
That's intense.
Day to day of what I've witnessed all in high school, and all of you would be intrigued just because of the drama.
Well, yeah, of course. Like it gets very complicated, right? And I think in high school you learn, or you try to learn how to navigate those types of situations. Mm-hmm. And some people never go through that in high school. And some people
just distance themselves and are drawn into it anyways.
Yeah,
and then
like, some people peak in high school, man.
Oh yeah,
like they never go past high school. Like they remember. Like I know we talk about high school a lot, also because you just got out of high school.
Yeah, well, not just got out of high school,
but it's been a year now, right?
Yeah,
and pretty soon we talk. Well, only college stories pretty soon.
Yeah,
but it's.
I mean, if I'm allowed to. I mean, let's be real here. I'm going into radio and podcasting. The likelihood of someone else having a more successful podcast is pretty high.
Yeah, I mean that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah. I mean, I'd get them on the podcast.
No, you know what'd be really funny is like they're like, yeah, a minorly successful podcast, and then you look at their like plays, and it's like a lower than ours, and you're like, I thought you said you were successful.
Yeah. See, the thing is, we're trying to break the norm, right?
But we're also trying to branch into YouTube.
Yes.
Right. So like this so for those who don't know, this entire season has been about pushing YouTube.
Oh yes.
But the problem is that you can watch us on Spotify now. So all of you on Spotify,
because we joined the beta program.
Move to YouTube, please. I beg of you.
But here's our thing. Everyone, like anyone who I meet, who's doing a podcast and is most likely more successful than us, they're niched.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right? And that's the biggest drive, because I know if me and you decided to make an entirely new podcast, and then niched it into a specific topic,
right?
I know both of us have the drive to push that podcast into like straight success.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, what we're trying to do is break that norm of being niched. We're being open. So the topic of the podcast is pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
But in reality, the topic of our podcast is us in our lives and what we find interests in.
For sure. All right. Well then, now that we've spent a long time talking about us.
Yes.
Do you wanna maybe I don't know, take a quick intermission?
And we'll be right back.
Hey guys, sorry I'm interrupting this video. I'm here to tell you to follow both our Instagrams and the podcast Instagram. Bro, what do you think about that?
Yeah, man, I approve this message. And we're back. Again, not that we ever truly left for you guys, but we're back. It was like literally probably 43 seconds.
I don't know how long that break was, if I'm being honest. I don't know how long our ad is.
I don't know. I don't know how long our ad is, but for us, it was like 43 seconds.
For us,
it was just to us like reset.
Yeah, it's just so we could, like stretch our legs a little bit. Anyway, okay, so yesterday.
Yes.
For them, it was yesterday. Yesterday, SheHulk came out.
Yes.
Okay, so
for us though, in our time, like I want to say 27 minutes ago.
No, it wasn't that long. But we literally just watched it before recording this. We literally watched it on purpose so we could talk about this.
Yes. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I if you haven't seen it yet, I'm giving you a warning right now. Maybe a slight spoiler warning, but we're going to try to stick
in the general sense.
In the general trailer.
In the general trailer.
In the general trailer.
I don't even remember what the trailer was, if I'm being honest. No. All right, so for starters, I think the formatting is nice.
Yes.
Like the fourth, like I like that the fourth wall isn't overdone.
Yes.
It's nice.
It's done just enough.
It's done just enough.
If you don't know what the fourth wall is, it's when a character
talks to you.
Yes, talks to the audience.
And if you're wondering, that's a ripoff of Deadpool. You're wrong. That's a ripoff of her, actually, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was the first one to do it.
I'm pretty sure she was the first one to break the fourth wall in comics, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
I think she was the very first. Also, I liked how they fixed the CGI.
Oh, yes.
Like,
changed a lot.
A lot. Oh, night and day, man. Night and day. And, like, the production quality, whew.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Like, with Marvel stuff, it's always
with going back to the trailer.
Yeah. Going back.
Because I don't want to go into the actual show and doing it for you guys. The whole rock throwing scene.
Right.
Done like it was done for a movie.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Done amazingly. I applaud you.
It's
honestly.
It's nice. Also, I like that Mark Ruffalo was like right there.
Oh yeah.
Not just hanging out.
Yeah, for like the first episode, of course, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what drove the episode, right?
For sure. Also, because like
effective.
we all know the Hulk. We're all used to him by now. Like we know his whole origin story, and we know like all the trauma he's been through.
What I think the true test will be, is the next episode
when he's not there. Right.
So it's just an episode about her,
right,
and her being alone. An episode where it's just her and then the whole group that she might create or whatever, because you can't have a character by themselves. Well, kind of. But
you say that, but I mean, it's been done before.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, when she's alone, that'll be the true test.
Right.
It'll be can the show still hold up to when Mark Ruffalo isn't there?
Right. Yeah. Because I mean, he did carry a lot of the first episode.
Yeah, he did. He
And-
absolutely did.
And you know, and I mean that's also very reflective as an actor.
Yes.
You know, because like apart from like
And the
mar-
fact that fact that we're thinking that when he's not there, the show could go down
right, yeah.
is just speaks
Well, like,
speaks about him.
I mean, also like mind you, like Mark Ruffalo, he's super humble about his acting ability.
Oh yes,
But there are some movies where you're like, man, this guy.
he's a good actor.
You know,
he's
he's
a
a
good
good
actor.
actor.
He deserves being called an actor.
Again, that's his job. That's his
Yeah, I
profession. That's
know.
what he does. So, you know, that's what makes him money. No, but he is one of those guys who is very humble about his specific talent.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what. There's an interview of him where he's like, I'm waiting for Marvel to wake up and just say, what are you doing? What are you doing with all these superstars? Like, why are you here again?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm waiting to be kicked out. Like, quite honestly.
Yeah, I know.
Eh.
He doesn't see himself as a celebrity.
Yeah.
And whenever he's around a celebrity, he's like, "Oh, can we like take a photo?"
Yeah.
He's like a little fanboy.
Yeah.
Whenever he sees or meets somebody new,
Right.
right? He's like, "Can't believe I'm like talking to this person," you know. But when the person he's meeting is also very like, I'm meeting Mark Ruffalo right now.
Right. Yeah. It goes both ways, right?
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I think he hasn't let the fame go to his head.
Yeah.
You know, he's very humble about it. You know, and like, and some people, it sort of affected them, but not really. Like for example, Robert Downey Jr.
Okay, you're going away from SheHulk.
Right. Yeah. But I want to get this out real quick. You know, like Robert Downey Jr. He is one of those guys who acknowledges his fame
Yes.
and what he's become, but like he does it in such a charismatic way. You don't
Oh, yeah.
care that he's flexing on you.
Oh yeah.
Like you want him to flex on you. You're
Yeah.
like, bro, flex some more. What are
Yeah.
you doing? You
Like,
know?
he makes flexing look humble.
Right? Yeah. It's so odd,
Yeah.
but it's because
I
of
mean-
his,
I mean,
his charismatic nature, right?
He has that charismatic nature, which portrayed Tony Stark so well.
it just nailed it.
Because if you meet Robert Downey Jr. in real life,
Yeah.
it's Tony Stark.
Yeah.
It's quite literally Tony.
Yeah.
He made Tony. No, he is Tony Stark.
Right. Yeah. And like
Right?
and that's a whole discussion for a whole other time.
Yeah.
Going back to the show.
Yes.
There were certain aspects of it where I felt that they were a little rushed, like because they like did a lot of like there's a sequence where
They're trying to throw us into the story, right?
right
And I felt the rushing you meant,
right
because to not spoil,
right
obviously She-Hulk's turned into She-Hulk,
yeah
right? So that little origin story you guys are gonna find out,
for sure
and obviously Mark Ruffalo, portrayed as the Hulk,
yeah
wants to be there, right, and support her.
yeah
So they skipped, not that they skipped, they like zoomed through some teaching aspects
right yeah
that I would have personally enjoyed a little more time on.
for sure yeah. But I mean that's the aim of the game, right? Like it's more Marvel has now realized that people are tired of the origin story. Let's just
yeah.
jump into the action.
Oh yes.
Like I want to
Like jump into the story.
I want an established character.
Yes.
You know, like, and that's the thing, right?
And they've done a really good job of just doing that.
Right, yeah. And for the past couple, like for example, Spider-Man didn't get an origin story.
Yeah.
Straight into the action, like
Yeah.
just right into it, right?
Like, I'm already Spider-Man. You guys
Exactly.
didn't see me get bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's because everybody knows the origin story of Spider-Man. Let's be real.
Yeah, let's be real here. If you're
Like-
going into the theater to watch a Spider-Man movie,
You already know how this goes.
yeah.
You know the aim of the game, but it is one of those things. And also, they've been focusing on sequels lately
Yes.
for the past like decade. They've been doing sequels where all the characters in those sequels are already well established characters.
Yes.
They're not new characters. I mean, there are some new characters like the villain or whatever,
Yeah.
but other than that, they're all new characters or established characters,
Yes.
right? So they're just working off what's already been done previously
Yes.
to now, like like to now, right? It's like the Thor movie.
Yes.
That character development
Oh yeah.
is like up and down and like
Oh
just
yes.
completely off the rails. And then like now it's like, okay, well I guess that works.
I mean, with the show, right? When you said fast forward, that's like the only part I saw fast forwarded.
Yeah.
Origin.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, well, I mean, because obviously you know how the Hulk works if you've watched any Marvel movie with the Hulk in it.
Right. Yeah. any Marvel movie with the Hulk.
You understand that when you go green, you're basically blacked out.
Yeah.
And they had a few sequences where it was just like, boom, I woke up somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right. And they kind of fast forwarded the in between of how she got to where she is, or what occurred while she was under.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And that's part of the story development.
See, but like that's what I also feel like that's also kind of a budgeting strategy. Because the more She-Hulk scenes, the more money.
I think it's more about the fact that they have to it's like a 30-minute it's a 30-minute episode.
Yeah.
It's like 31 minutes, I think, like from start to finish. No,
if they would have made it like
from start
45.
to finish, it's like 35 minutes.
Yeah.
So and the last 3 minutes are just credits.
Yes.
Like the last 3 minutes are just credits.
With like an end credit scene.
Yeah, it's not really an end credit.
It's not really an end credit scene, but you know how they have like initial credits and then they have like official credits?
Yeah.
That's basically
it's like it's a mid credit scene.
It's a mid credit scene.
That's what it's called. But they have there's a little bit of bad time. And I think there's only 6 episodes.
Yeah.
So they don't have a lot of time to get a lot of the story going. And we still have to figure out like.
But I other than feeling a little bit rushed,
yeah,
great job.
Oh yeah,
absolutely great job.
I actually really enjoyed it. I
was comfortable, but with the feeling of rushed.
Yeah.
You know what? I did feel like it ended abruptly.
Yeah, yeah.
I did feel that. I felt like there was no closure to the episode, which kind of made me feel a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I didn't feel okay with myself at the end of the episode. I'm like, okay, it just felt like
I gotta watch the next one.
no, like I gotta watch the next one, of course, but it didn't sit with me in a nice way.
Yeah,
you know what
I mean. Like it's kind of like an abrupt ending.
Yeah, an abrupt ending.
But I mean, apart from those like little things, I think it's okay. Like, what is it, Miss Marvel?
You know why?
Wait. So? Let me get back. Like with Miss Marvel, we had like I felt every episode was like a cliffhanger episode.
Oh yes,
because like it's just like you gotta put the next one, you gotta watch the next one, and you gotta like it felt like that. But this is more like we're in the middle of the action, and they cut your legs off,
and a little bit,
and then you're like, whoa, and the other thing too is like it's a new show, right?
Yes,
and I get that they're trying to get people to come back next week.
Yes,
which totally understandable. I get that, but at the same time, it's like give me a bit of resolution here.
Yeah, because this is what I was gonna get at. I felt like it was right off the bat, right? The beginning. Okay, let me tell you what happened. Right?
Yeah.
And then somewhat origin story. Boom. Woke up. Mark is there.
Yeah.
Right? And then the fast forwarded it a little bit. And then it ended. There was a climax, right?
Yeah.
There was a little bit of a climax when her and Mark Ruffalo have a little bit of a discussion.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, because she's a lawyer, if you don't know that or don't know that already.
Right.
Right. And it ends in excitement, right?
Yeah.
And the action aspect. So it's like it almost approached second climax and it didn't go back down to make us feel okay, right?
Right, yeah.
It's just like, okay, I'm going to cut you off.
But I mean, those are just like minor notes, you know? And I think that apart from that, like, and on Rotten Tomatoes, it's doing great. It's got like a 95 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. And
like,
again, we're nitpicking. It was a great show.
I mean, yeah, it's really hard. Like, I mean, and not that we're like professional reviewers or anything, but
I mean, I could.
I could be. But yeah.
It was a little CGI at minute. Just joking.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think that's great. But a lot of people have been saying this online lately, how the comedy aspects in Marvel are starting to like hinder the storylines. Mm-hmm. And I felt that in Thor. Like,
yes, we discussed that.
Yes. But what I'm trying to get is like this sort of comedy style is it kind of fits it, like, you know, because like there's a lot of jokes you can make with the fact that
I felt like I was watching Family.
Explain.
So because She-Hulk and Hulk are related, right?
Yeah.
They're cousins.
Yeah.
I felt like I genuinely felt like I was watching Family. And the reason I say it like this is because the little joking banter that they both carried is something that siblings would almost have,
Yeah.
right? So like for example, let's say I came to you in a time of need,
Right.
and obviously to like cheer me up, you'd make like a little bit of a joke.
Right.
And I'd laugh to it, but we're still talking about a very serious matter.
For sure. Yeah.
So you don't lose the importance, and that's how I felt like it was portrayed.
Right. Yeah. For sure.
So like the comedic aspect was there.
Right. That's what I'm trying to get at. Right. Like how, certain aspects of the comedy, like it worked well for the way it is, and the way the show was pitched initially
Yes.
was a comedy lawyer show.
Yes.
Like it wasn't like
They
comedy.
didn't say like serious.
Dark toned, like
Yeah.
rugged, it's comedy
Doctor Strange.
lawyer show.
Yeah.
Right. Doctor Strange is just, Doctor Strange.
Yes.
It's
After
like,
the serious moment, then they released the comedy
For sure, yeah.
Doctor Strange.
and those are things that obviously they're really cool and stuff. And mind you, I mean, it's all about what you're into.
Yes.
And some people like vibe with it, some people don't. And, it's a like
Some
or
people don't
dislike.
see the point of being scared.
I mean, yeah, it's it's one of those things where we all have our likes and dislikes, but I think that this show is like it's just the right amount,
Yes.
and it's not overbearing,
Yes.
right? And
It was efficient for me not to get bored.
yeah, but also mind you, there wasn't really any boring sequence.
Yeah, there was no boring sequence because they never let you feel it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, when it ended, I felt like, again, the rush thing. I felt it ended too soon.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt like the episode would have been better as a 45-minute episode.
45-minute episode.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear that? I mean, Marvel, if you're listening to this,
I added like an
45
extra
minutes.
15 minutes.
An extra 15 minutes to the episode, and I'll be happy.
No, because
Not that I'm asking for a lot
the-
already,
the-
but I need those 45 minutes, mind you. The subscription is what it is, and recently I heard that you overtook Netflix, and since you're cashing in on all that, you can spare an extra 15 minutes per episode. I'm sure you can match that. Thanks, guys. I like how you're looking around like I'm talking to somebody. Like, who's he talking to?
I wasn't here for a second there. Anyways,
So that was a spiritual experience.
where's that voice coming from? Yeah. But great show. Recommend. I would say 10 out of 10. I guess. I would
Yeah.
say 10 out of 10
Yeah, for sure.
because I can't complain, truly.
Mm-hmm.
I can nitpick. But other than that, no complaints here. Love Mark Ruffalo. Love the character. Love the person they chose to play SheHulk as well.
Yeah,
Just fits well.
I think she's Canadian actually.
I don't actually know. I don't know her name.
Or I think she's Tina.
Man,
No,
you're gonna
Tina?
make me Google search this.
I don't remember her name.
Okay, just give me like a few seconds.
Tiana?
Come
I don't remember.
on.
He's googling live, ladies and gentlemen. It's not live because it's in post, and
Yes, of course.
I'm gonna talk over this so that you can. Is it Tiana?
Tatiana
Tatiana, that's her name.
Maslany.
Yeah. Where's she from?
I have no idea. Let me click on her.
Let me click on her wiki
Let me
page.
click on her.
I know.
She is born September 22nd,
Uh-huh.
1985. She's 36 years old.
Yeah, that's not what I wanted to know. I want to know where she's from.
Regina.
So she's Canadian. She's from
She's a
Saskatchewan.
Canadian actress.
Boom,
She
Canadian.
rose to prominence for playing multiple characters.
Just
in
because of
the
orphan
science fiction thriller
orphan
television.
what is it? What is it? Is it Orphan in Black or Black Orphan or
Orphan Black.
Orphan Black? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's she also, if you don't know, back in the day. Okay, for those Americans out there, I don't know if you've heard of this show. She was a character's girlfriend for a season in the show of Heartland.
Yes, she was.
That's where I first saw her.
That's where I first saw her too.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
she went on to do Orphan Black, so she left that show, and then she was in another show. She's done a few cameo appearances in other shows. Well, not
Yeah,
cameo.
she has quite a few things. She's won an Emmy before, right?
Yeah.
So
For Orphan Black.
yes, yeah. So that's the show.
Yeah.
That's her.
Yep.
Check it out.
You know what, bro? I'm amazing with this Canadian thing. Like I can sense it. It's like
You
a
can sense
vibe.
it. Yeah.
It's like that's a Canadian. I can feel it.
Yeah, she's from
like
Saskatchewan.
it's something about it. I was like, I don't know. It's like, wait a minute, isn't she Canadian? It's just like it's one of those things.
I mean, we're Canadian. We got a sense for it.
It's
You like
a,
maple syrup?
it's like it's like a spider sense, you know. It's like flares off.
My leafy sense is tingling.
My leafy sense is okay, yeah. No,
Actually, that kind.
yeah, that's what I was gonna.
That
gonna
could
say.
be taken in a different way.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Anyways, poor choice of words. We're gonna wrap up the episode here.
Yeah, I was about to tell you to wrap up.
Yeah, so we're gonna wrap up here, guys. This has been the episode. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want us to talk about more Marvel stuff, or you guys want us to expand on sports, or who knows what you guys want us to talk about, or want to know more about our lives and what we're doing, check out the vlogs. Check out React Mondays. We like to react to a few things every so often. Check out our socials, always in the description down below. Make sure to hit the subscribe button or follow button, depending on the platform you're on. Always hit that bell notification so you get notified as soon as we're uploaded. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Bye.